Hi, I'm Sarah from Love Letter to Adventure, and I'm here with some pretty belated May favorites. So we're gonna keep this kind of short and sweet. My first favorite is Hank Green and the Perfect Strangers on tour. This was, believe it or not, I'm 30 years old, and this was my first concert to ever attend. I loved it. It was small and intimate, and the people in the audience were very respectful. I don't know if you're familiar with the Vlogbrothers community. I'll leave a link to their channel below. They're super awesome, and Hank sings nerdy, awesome songs about science and things that he's passionate about. And I also discovered that the Driftless Pony Club has an album about Buckminster Fuller, who I am a super fan of. So I will definitely be checking that album out. I haven't listened to it yet. So I'll put a link here. My sister and I did a video on our channel, SWAT Sisters, where we geek out about nerdy things. So if you are a geek or a SWAT and you would like to check it out, the tour video is here. It was both of our first concert. Second thing is War Eagle Mill. I went to make this video by one of my vlogger friends called Busvlogger, and we went to different places around town, and a lot of them I'd been to before, but I'd never been to War Eagle Mill. And it's this place in Northwest Arkansas. It's an actual working mill. They sell the grain that they mill there. The water wheel still works and everything, but on top of that, as if that wasn't awesome enough, they have the most delicious homespun country breakfast that I have ever had. I'm a pretty big Cracker Barrel girl, and this breakfast was even better than that. The third thing is Snapchat. And it took me a while to get on board with Snapchat, and I was kind of surprised with myself for actually liking it. But the cool thing about Snapchat is it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm a recovering perfectionist, and I'm working on this in all areas. I'm trying to share things deliberately that I know are not as perfect. I used to be really nitpicky on all the details before I would ever post anything online. But even with that, I still try to make all my Instagram posts clear and pretty, because that's just the kind of place that it is. Snapchat, you can zoom in on something until it's pixelated and circle it with a little red, I don't know what to call that, but it's like paint. Like back in the 90s when you could just like paint. There was the program, some of you young ones may have never heard of it, but you just took colors and you could draw things with the mouse on your computer. This is the same, only you use your finger. You can circle things, you can write things, you can type things, you can add emojis, but the best part is it's super real because people can't really edit things very much. Also, there's these fun filters. So I've just been exploring and experimenting with that. It's kind of a little like Periscope, but it's not live. You don't have to watch it while it's live. Periscope was fun for a while for me, but I get really stressed out by notifications. I feel like I have to check them, and so it interrupts my flow. So I deleted Periscope from my phone, even though I liked watching the Periscopes, because to me they weren't as fun if they weren't live. But at the same time, I didn't want to constantly stop what I was doing to watch someone on Periscope. So I've kind of let Periscope go, and I'm doing the Snapchat thing, and I'm following some really cool people, and I'll put the links to some of them below so you can check out their Snapchats. And if you're on Snapchat, leave your Snapchat below. Mine is at Sarah D Shots, the same as on all my social medias. Thank goodness I actually have a matching name. It's a miracle. So you can follow me on there. I just snap day-to-day things, little micro adventures from my day, or if I'm doing something fun, or sometimes if I'm doing a recipe, or if I notice a different animal in the park, I'll like zoom in on it, because you can't really do that on Instagram. So I'm kind of still exploring it, but I think it's super fun. And if you have been kind of on the fence about Snapchat, I think you should check it out. The fourth thing is the Upstream Feel Guide from Tish Oxenrider of The Art of Simple. I got it as part of the Ultimate Bundle, and I'll put a link below. It is an affiliate link, but it's not a sponsored video at all. I just really love her course. It's helping me discover some new things about myself, my strengths and weaknesses, and kind of where I want to focus. Because I've been, the thing that I found, sorry, I'm just rambling at this point, but the thing that I found most interesting so far is she has us do the StrengthsFinder test, and that's a book that you can buy and take the test, and I'll put the link for that below as well. It's a really weird like T-Rex kind of arm here, but I'll put the link for that in the doobly-doo below as well. And you can check out just StrengthsFinder, or you can check out Tish's course. Tish's course is to help us kind of let go of the things that aren't serving us and focus in on where we want to journey. And I think it's called that because it's for people who are paddling against society, like not in an anarchist kind of way, but if you want to do something that doesn't fit every flow, like work from home or homeschool or be an artist, like any of those kind of things that aren't your typical average American, there can be some struggles with that. So it's about paddling your life upstream away from the current, whether that's about being green or minimalist or creative or living on a homestead farm, however that looks for you. She doesn't prescribe what it should be, but she has some really interesting journal entries and personality tests and introspection to help you get down to what it is that you're most passionate about and you want to focus on. And the thing about the StrengthsFinder test, sorry I've been rambling so much about this, but the StrengthsFinder test really helped me see where I've been pushing really hard against things that are not my strengths, trying to tackle them, where it advises that you focus on what you're most good at and you're most strengthful, what you have the most strengths in, as opposed to trying to push and push and push at the thing that you're not naturally good at. Sometimes there may be instances where you need to do that, but if you're doing it just to do it, you may actually find more benefit focusing on things that are your natural strengths and are things that you're passionate about. So those are my 4 things for this month: Hank Green and the Perfect Strangers on tour, War Eagle Mill in Northwest Arkansas, Snapchat, Tish's Upstream Field Guide, and I guess the 5th is the StrengthsFinder test. So that's the little bonus one for you. I'll put a link to all of those things below. I'd love to hear what your favorite things from May were, or from the first half of June, because it's taken me so long to make this video. And I'll see you next time. Cheers!